Welcome back, guys, to Trails Through Daybreak, where last episode, after sweeping the side end district, we decided to spend some free time with Fia Bermotti for a rainy night's drink, before continuing our nighttime action by talking through Station Street, bumping into Fia yet again alongside Elaine for a quick chat after being caught trying to leave. We then headed to the Esprit Cinema, where we talked with Dingo before Marielle appeared, and now pick a movie to watch.
Why not buy a souvenir to remember your visit?
Please, buy a souvenir.
Can I watch a movie then?
Hello.
Welcome, can I get you a ticket for something? What's playing right now? Ooh, Leaving Soon. And we've already watched Sober Curious. And we've only watched two things, so I guess we're watching...
Showing on screen 1 will soon begin. If you have a ticket, please
I guess we're watching This Side of Heaven then. Tickets for This Side of Heaven? It'll be 200 mira for one. Let's grab a seat. Sean, a doctor in training, works at a general hospital in Anchorville. After a major traffic accident occurs on the autobahn that connects Anchorville to Edith, the hospital is filled with scores of injured patients. Strapped for resources, the hospital staff make the hard decision to assign priority to certain patients. To Sean, this idea is revolting. The very notion of prioritizing one life over another makes him sick to his stomach. Then after scanning the priority list, he reaches a boiling point, culminating in a head-to-head confrontation with his supervisor, Dr. Brown.
What the hell is this? Why was that girl they just brought in pushed to the back of the list? With the flick of a pen, you decided her fate. Do you get a kick out of holding people's lives in the palm of your hand?
Pull yourself together. You aren't a bright-eyed student anymore. The probability of us saving that girl is slim to none. Triage exists so we can save as many lives as possible. Open your eyes to reality.
Screw reality! At least give me an emergency medical tent I can use. I'll save that girl. Even if I have to do it myself.
Oh, great. Just who I wanted to find him. Good to see you, Spriggan. You're not gonna lecture me here too, are you, Inspector? I just came to take in a movie all by myself. That's it. No idea to cause any trouble. I didn't say I thought you were. Besides, I'd rather not spend this precious downtime I've got giving anybody grief if I can help it, if I can at all help it. Well, that's good to hear. Not gonna catch me complaining. From the look of things, it seems like you had to scramble to catch the last showing tonight. Pretty much. I was running around dealing with so many cases and accidents tonight that before I knew it, it was almost closing time here. Just really like your movies to go to that much trouble to make you here anyway. I suppose I'd also been really wanting to watch this movie in general as a medical drama. It gave me a lot to think about as a parent. It made me wonder what I would do if my daughter ever wound up like the little girl does that the intern takes in. I didn't realize you had it in you to be so sentimental. And what's that supposed to mean? Van's conversation in the theater continued for a brief period. Soon enough, however, the two sides parted ways in the lobby. From there, Van got on with the rest of his evening. Hey, looks like they're selling commemorative brochures for this movie. Maybe I should pick one up as a souvenir. This Side of Heaven. Even got some points with Daswani. Even got an achievement. 3 movies watched. 2 Tira bombs.
Thank you for your visit today.
Right, is that everything done then?
Bishop?
Have we checked out the entirety of town? This Side of Heaven, a medical drama taking place in a general hospital in Agville that shows the growth of a young medical intern as he struggles during a medical emergency and butts head with his supervisor. When the hospital is flooded with patients after a major highway accident, how could Sean, a medical intern, assign priority to the lives of his patients? Just what can he do?
On screen 1
Every
will soon
movie was
begin.
made in 1208. There are no movies that predate
If you have a
1208.
ticket, please proceed to the entrance.
Yep, that's all we can do there. So that means I'm going back to Old Town. Do-do-do-do-do.
Taking off now.
Right, I'm going to go to the Sidon District. I'm just wondering, where is actually the board of this place? Was it over there? Let me cross the road. I need to know for the future, and I didn't actually check every board that I went through. It's over here, isn't it?
Alright.
Okay, there was nothing in Station Street. Can't do the Taro District.
Off we go.
The board for Riverside is right next to the subway entrance.
Alright.
Because you know, it said there were hidden quests in these nighttime actions.
Taking off now.
In fact, it looks like all the boards are nearest place to the subway entrances.
Alright.
For the most part. Right, it looks like we are done. Which means I doubt we'll have another day in Edith. We're probably moving on.
Oh no.
Oh
It's
no.
raining.
To our next destination, maybe. Should I call it a night? Tomorrow's going to be another busy day, so I should probably turn in soon. Shooting to finish up for the night will cause all unfinished quests and sub-events to disappear. I mean, I don't think we've missed a sub-event like the harbour last time. I think we're good. Wait, what's this? Would you care to join me for a tea party in Riverside? Oh, hello. Man, I always got people running around here beck and cool. Still, who am I to say no to an invitation? A kitty cat came calling.
I'm glad the rain finally let up. The weather tomorrow should be lovely.
Yeah, the forecast clear skies all day for the southeast. But should you even be out this late? You just told your friend to hurry back.
Why, I'm out on patrol, silly. I have to make sure students are behaving themselves. New and old alike.
Yeah, whatever you say. It has been a while, huh, kitty? Or would you rather I called you Ren Bright these days?
Call me whatever you like. Though I am pretty used to my new name now. It's really good to see you too, Spriggan. I came over as an exchange student this past spring, but had I known how much you miss me, I would have paid you a visit a lot sooner.
Nah, no need to go out of your way just because you're a former client. Hell, I wasn't even a pro when I helped you. Didn't have my current office or anything. And I mean, we have kind of crossed paths since, like with that case with the pampered politician's son.
I had a feeling you might be involved with that based on what that reporter was telling me about it. I didn't think I'd end up student council president as a result of it all, but it's been a lot more fun than I was expecting.
Glad to hear it. Man, 5 years since we first met through that introduction letter from the Meister, huh? Where does time go? Indeed, you really helped shake off the professor's attempts to follow me. Not to mention helping the Meister with his relocation after all that chaos in Crossbell. I mean, I wasn't his debt to begin with. Ended up dumping a couple of kids with a bit of a history on him too. Wasn't really expecting anything in return, so I was pretty surprised when that gift showed up. Oh, the turbocharger. I'm glad you're enjoying it. My best friend and I were actually involved in designing it, you know. Hold on, really? I could tell it was pretty high-tech and all, but I didn't realize you were behind that. And Tita? Well, I heard that you were a sobbing mess after Walter turned your old truck inside out. So I thought maybe you could use a little pick-me-up, you know, for old time's sake. Sheesh, that figures. Still, I'm guessing the society must be feeling the pressure at this point. They've had a lot of dropouts the past few years, you included. Just so long as they don't come looking for my help. You I can handle, but those other wackos? No thanks. But you have such a natural talent for attracting them. They do say birds of a feather flock together, though. I'm afraid you're likely to meet more of them as time goes on. I'm just a normal upstanding citizen. What did I do to deserve this? Protest all you like, but you do seem awfully popular lately. In fact, it looks like you've got another vicious young woman looking to get her hands on you. Ooh, how dreadful. Hello. Everyone's showing up now.
Oh, I think I'm a little past young at this point.
Yeah, oh boy. And such perfect timing too. Thank you for making time to meet with us. I know how busy you are.
Think nothing of it. I have some other business to take care of outside of the office as it is.
You're Renne's boss, right? I heard a lot about you. Didn't realize the Flying Swallow was so fond of practical jokes. Was the lurking in the shadows bit really necessary?
My apologies. My name is Kilika Ruran, Chief of the CID's Integrated Analysis Division. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Arkride. Even if this does not quite feel like our first meeting.
No doubt. I'm sure he's told you a lot about me, huh?
That he did. Including everything that went on behind the scenes 2 years ago.
Haven't got a clue what you're talking about. It's like bringing you two together was worth it after all. It's nice to see you again, Miss Ruran. It's been what, 4 years now? The same to you. Our positions may be different, but we need not be at odds with one another, Miss Bright. I'm glad we have a chance to catch up. Of course, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance as well, Mr. Arkride. It's gonna be more like a real tea party every minute. Maybe I should have invited Sylphid along after all.
Sorry for the wait, Kilika. What did I just walk in on?
I think that's obvious, Sin. And I had hoped you would be more punctual, considering this is our first meal together in some time.
Sorry, an urgent job came in. I finished it off as quickly as I could. I wasn't expecting to find the two of you here, though.
It's good to see you again, too. I know we've spoken a few times over the phone, but I think it's been about 1.5 years since we last met up in person.
Oh yeah, that was at the wedding, wasn't it? Man, you've really grown up. Hard to believe you're that same little girl that knocked us out in Grancel all those years ago.
Alright, I nearly forgot about that. You nearly forgot. Yeesh, you were something else, kid. Well, everything happens for a reason, they say. We wouldn't be here talking now if it wasn't for that. Oh, now I see what's going on here. I thought it was odd when you told me you wanted to visit. Should have known you already had company. Oh, don't give me that jealous look, Zin. It's less cute on a man your age. I promise I'll buy you a drink to make up for it. You two might not be in the same line of work anymore, but it looks to me like not much has changed since your days back at the dojo. You sure you really need help from a guy like me? Oh, definitely. We've barely been managing to make ends meet since Fee got here. We're gonna need the help for a while, I think. You're extremely well connected, too. I'm told you even have ties to another Taito student. As a matter of fact, we were actually just talking about that before you got here. It's like he fits right in no matter whose side he's on. How should I put it? He's like a singularity. Yeah, if you want to know something, I'll write your guy. Hey, lay off with that singularity business. I don't appreciate being talked about like a research specimen, okay? And just so we're clear, you guys might not be as bad as the direwolf or Sal, but you're still a major pain in the ass. I can't say I don't get where you're coming from. So what's the plan? I got a reservation not too long from now at a restaurant here. You coming, Kilika? Of course, I think I've played my part here. I'll see you both again sometime. Take care in Tharbad. Sheesh. Is there anybody around here that doesn't know my itinerary? That aside, I guess you're not totally on board with the guild yet, after all, huh? We do work together sometimes, but I'm not a bracer like my siblings, after all. I just do what I can to help and try to offer them my knowledge if I know it will help the people I care for. Both in Labelle and in Crossbell. I've been adding a lot of people here in Calvard to that list too lately. That's good to hear. Well, I should be getting home. Stella and Joshua will be wondering where I've gotten to. I'll be counting on you to take care of Agnès while she's with you. I'll do what I can. Oh, aren't the Brights back in Labelle? You're going all the way back there, just like that? Oh, yes, of course. Home is far away. Being around so many familiar faces made me think I was back there, I suppose. I'm so ashamed. A girl on the cusp of adulthood should be a little more focused. I think you're giving adults a little too much credit there, kiddo. Way too much credit. That's illegal.
When I found you 5 years ago, you were still lost and trying to find your place in the world. I'd only just finished my training and was still getting a feel for what it was to be a Spriggan. I'll admit I kept you safe for a while and gave you a few pointers, but I never really could do much for you. Meanwhile, you managed to build yourself a new life, new friendships, hell, a whole new family, all on your own. You're no lost kitten anymore. You're as fine a lady as any.
So, is this how you treat all the young ladies you keep company with?
Oh, guess not.
You say you never did much for me, but you give yourself far too little credit. It's not just me you've helped either. Take your old friend, that bracer girl, for example. Or what about your assistants, including my dear dorm mate? You help more people than you think. People who wouldn't have found themselves without you to take them by the hand and show them the way. If you ask me, you need to be a little more aware of the impact your words and deeds have had on people. If you can manage that, then I might even be willing to overlook a little head pat every now and again. And with that, I think I'll be off now. Good night, Mr. Spriggan.
Yeah. Good night. Man, she's grown more than I could have ever imagined. And I know she's nowhere near done. I'll have to keep an eye on her the same way I do my part-timers, now that fate's brought us back together like this.
And so the next day. On the morning of the second day of the 5-day weekend, Van contacted Nina to confirm that they would be accepting her request. Their goal was to be in Tharbad in time for morning the next day, which would require setting off the night before. As such, they all had to rush to get ready for 4 days and 3 nights away from the office. Look at that guy. You just chat someone up, right? Yeah. Hard preparation. I'm jealous. I want to go to the film festy too. You get to meet famous people, right? We're not going for fun, you know. This is real work hours here. It is quite exciting, though. You never know. We really might meet lots of famous people. You're right. We'll be meeting Nina for sure, and she has a really unique aura, I guess. About a good 8 hours by car, isn't it? That's quite a drive. Make sure you have plenty to eat while you can. Thank you, Paulette. Then time for a drink to liven up. You absolute dumbass. Don't tell me you forgot why you renewed your license already. You people couldn't stay serious if your lives depended on it, could you? I don't know what job you've taken on that's taken you to Tharbad, but please do take care. Alright, can't say I ain't nervous, but you try taking the wheel till we're out of Edith. Let's see you put those driving chops you showed riding red stars around Lompoint into practice. Well, Mewenti, I don't know how to pronounce that one, that's it. I've never heard that before. Mewenti, I got this. Ingot, red star, it's all the same when you're behind the wheel. I could drive this baby way more smoothly than a shaky-handed godshit like you. This is gonna be your first and only warning, kid. You end up scratching her or veering us into a ticket, and you're gonna be in the trunk the rest of the way. Sweets really aren't the only thing you're picky about her. Like cars and saunas, the essentials of life. Still, it sounds like as long as you drive safely, everything will be fine? Why does someone have to call now? Wait a sec. I'd rather not take this in front of them, but guess I ain't got a choice.
Hello, Mr. Arkride. I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. Oh.
Huh. Damn, didn't think it'd be from a chick. A weirdly dressed one, too.
I see that I did. I'm very sorry. I didn't know you were with your employees.
Nah, it's cool. But sorry, if you had something else you wanted to run through with me, this ain't a good time. We're gonna be out of town for a while. Can it wait till I get back?
Oh, I see.
Should have given you a call myself, to be honest, but this was a real last-minute thing.
Not at all. What I wanted to discuss is hardly urgent. I simply noticed a number of irregularities in the last set of data you sent me. And as your service provider, I cannot help but be concerned. I am deeply worried on a personal level too, considering I am charged with your care.
I mean, I'm grateful, but... Anyway, we'll only be away for a few days. I'll call you once things settle down afterwards. See ya.
Oh, please wait!
Phew, why are you all looking at me like that? She doesn't work at some sleazy shop or whatever, okay? You sure about that? Sounded like she was talking to her favorite customer from where I'm standing. What the hell gave you that impression? I don't know what this sleazy shop stuff is about, but she was super pretty. Her outfit was really cute too. It looked like a maid outfit, which, yes, did make me wonder what service she provides while being charged with your care. God, let's just get going, okay? Cleaning. Just with a... Why would a maid uniform be anything else? I never thought Aaron would be such a great driver. His smooth driving skills were off the charts. He's really giving Van a run for his money. See? Told you I could gas behind the wheel. Only thing I hate more than a smug little shit is a smug little shit with talent. I'll admit, this isn't a bad ride. I can see why you're always raving about her. She's smooth, customizable, and comfy. I can also make sharp turns without a hitch. I've always been a Red Star kind of guy, but I'm coming around to Ingot. I'll make a convert out of you yet. The 4 main brands are the best of the bunch. I think I'll take her for a spin from time to time. If I pretend she's mine, every girl in town will want a piece of me. Burn in hell. What's the state? Anyway, I'll let you stay on the wheel for a while. If you and I keep taking turns, we'll be at Tharbad by sunrise. Then we can meet up with Nina. Curious to find out what we signed up for. Me too. Must involve the Genesis somehow, but that's about what we know for sure. It's times like these when I wish I could glean more insight from them when they're glowing. Hey, don't go beating yourself up. I've been wondering though, how does the glowing thing even work? Goddess only knows. Those things might not be indecipherable enigmas like artifacts, but we still know next to nothing about them. Maybe there's a pattern for when they light up. Don't they go off when Armada's pulling shit? Could they be in Tharbad? I had my contacts look into that, but they haven't found a trace of them there. Still, they could have been the ones who sent those threat letters out. Fingers crossed that isn't the case. I'll bet it isn't. The approach is too soft and roundabout for them. Not to mention they don't have anything to gain by obstructing the festival. At least not the one in Tharbad. Maybe they had reason to stop the one in Meseldam since they're headquartered there. Last I heard they moved out of Meseldam a long time ago. The people responsible for stopping the last festival were a bunch of racial terrorists. They threatened it and started a fire. The whole thing was cancelled as a precaution. What? For real? And here I thought those racist bastards were a dying breed. I'd love to wipe the floor with those shit stains. Say Van, you really do trust Dingo, don't you? Even if this job is bigger than what we normally do, you heard Nina out because of his recommendation. We go way back is all. I've known him since I was first starting out as a fixer. It's a give and take kind of relationship. He gives me jobs and I feed him info I pick up. Speaking of info, he knows Jack too, right? You guys are in cahoots with a lot of colourful characters, huh? As for Motti too. Dingo's definitely the most upstanding one of them, that's for sure. Doesn't get too friendly with you, but if you give him a job, he'll always get it done. Pretty easy guy to trust, if you ask me. He seems really well connected too, even knows Nina. Wasn't it him who arranged for our 4 SPGs in Tharbad too? He's half Central Eastern, so maybe that's why he's got so many acquaintances out there. And he's got that rep as the journalist who turned down a Pulitzer. Really? But the Pulitzer Prize is the highest honor a reporter can receive. How the hell did a small-time dude at a gossip mag get in the running for that? Who knows? I'm sure there's a reason. It's going to be in Tharbad starting on the second day we're there to cover the festival. So we ought to be able to count on him to round up some leads for us. We stop him for food along the way, I see. They've got McRonaldos or something. Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn so loud. It's okay to go to sleep if you want to get some shut-eye, you know. Seats will recline, so you should be able to get comfy. Just make sure your seatbelt's nice and tight first. None of us would mind if you got some rest too, by the way. We passed a number of pit stops already. Don't worry about me. I'm used to long drives like these. If I really needed that bad, I'll just let this little punk take over. Works for me. I'm still young, so I can actually do all-nighters. I've been meaning to ask. Do people really not drink camel's milk in the Republic? Was it the story about the Melfita that made you want to ask? But that's right, you don't see camels much outside the Central East. Did you used to drink it back home or something? Nope, our village is at the base of a mountain, so we don't keep any camels back home either. I just had some during a few of our trips. It tastes so good though, it's much thicker than cow and sheep's milk. Rivers like kumis, that's good stuff. Maybe want to try it now. Camel's milk is supposed to be really valuable since they don't produce much of it. Never tried any myself, but it's supposed to be a good alternative for people who are allergic to cow's milk. It's much higher in protein, vitamins and iron, while at the same time much lower in fat content. They also say it's tough to bake with, though, so kind of surprising that someone would try making chocolate with it. You are an encyclopedia for the weirdest shit. You guys hauled your asses over to Lomport because Cell bribed him with sweets too, right? We're so screwed if our Almata learns his weak point. You make a good point. I guess we'll have to learn how to make even nicer confections to keep him loyal to us? I can't always be bought, you know. Changing topics, Nina seems like such a lovely person on top of her already being a talented actress, doesn't she? She's only 2 years older than me, but she's so composed and level-headed. Yeah, she stood her ground even when those monsters all showed up. She's not a warrior, but she did have this noble kind of aura to her. Yeah, quite a woman. Not much like your average Easterner either. I don't think she's from Lomport, is she? No, but it's not like every Easterner in this part of the world comes from Lomport. We've got a long line east in Calvard and a place like the Eastern Quarter over in Crossbell out west, to name 2 big hubs. And she's deliberately gone out of her way to present herself as more white, too. Not judging, to make it clear. That's her call to make. I'm confused. I feel like I'm missing something. It's a bit of a Calvard problem. A delicate one. After the revolution 100 years ago, discrimination on the basis of identity, race, and culture were all abolished. Our constitution makes it possible for us all to live in harmony with one another. And to a certain extent, we do... at least on the surface. Oh, do you mean all the racial terrorism that's been happening? Prejudice runs real deep in Calvard. There isn't much over in Lomport, but up north, oh boy. You got white supremacists stuck in Calvard's past who raised some hell with Easterners, and Central Easterners sometimes too. Things came to a head when Crossbell tried declaring its independence and during the economic crisis that followed, but it's calmed down some since. But that's only because Calvard's been basking in the prosperity of the Empire's reparations. It isn't as if racism itself has disappeared. It's too bad that's not the case. Of course, Hayaway's never taken it lying down. They hit back hard. So there's that too. It's not all one-sided. That's a pretty mature take for you. Oh, shut up. I just hate stereotypes, that's all. I agree with you there. We're all individuals. It's just a shame that a lot of people in this world can't see others that way. Central Easterners have a lot of mirror, so that adds to the friction too. They've contributed a good amount to Calvard's development in technology and academics. Their investments are a large reason why Verne and the Basel Institute of Science have become as big as they are. And it's not just financial investment, it's well known that one of my great-grandfather's 3 disciples has a Central Eastern background. Professor Hamilton, if you know her name. Oh yeah, I've heard of her before. Still, it's sad to think that there are those out there who hate any contribution made just because of the people who made it. I guess I've still got a lot to learn about this country, huh? Very. The younger crowd doesn't really dwell as much on where people come from, though. I say keep it that way as you grow. The oldies will be watching over you with pride as we sip our tea. Man, you're not much older than us, you know. Don't throw out your back just yet, Gramps. It's the job of your generation to pave the road ahead so we can have a smoother ride. You pave your own damn road. Calling me an old fart is bad enough. The main issue is we don't need to pollute your road. Man, they're a tough bunch, but they all look their age when they're asleep. Hard to believe we used to be like this too.
These are some troubled times, and I know you've all got a lot more to worry about than you'd ever let on. But I hope you'll never lose sight of how to live your life your own way. So you don't go off the rails like I did.